What's up, board fam? Eric here, and today we need to talk about a recent study that says men under 24 are returning to homophobic views of past generations. Now, I stumbled across this due to a tweet from the failed social injustice warrior, Kabrutus. You may remember him from the gaming space, or maybe you don't know him at all. Either way, he has some thoughts on this. We're going to read his tweet in a second. We're also going to look at the article, but I want to start this off by saying everyone out there who said, oh, the gay community should separate from the trans community. It should be LGB without the T. Remember this dumb, bigoted stance where it's like trans people are dragging gay people down and that people on the right don't have a problem with gay men. They don't have a problem with gay people. It's the trans people they have a problem with. The trans people in sports, the trans people in people's bathrooms. These were all issues that I heard tossed around for like why gay people should not align with trans people, because the conservative community is okay with gay marriage. They're okay with gay people. They're not. I've been saying this for a while. This is why if you are part of a marginalized group, you should take up for other marginalized groups at every turn. Especially when they're under the umbrella of your community. You should definitely look out for them. Not only because it makes you a good person, right? You don't want to be a shit person. At least I don't think people want to be shit people. Maybe some people do. You know, we see it all the time. Maybe it is a goal of some people. I want to be a shit person, and that's what they are. But you want to look after people. You want to make sure they're protected, and you want to make sure that they're allowed to live a life without fear of being erased from existence. And so with trans people, that's what that community is dealing with. And I've always fought for that. I've always been like, look, we have to look out for each other. But it's always LGB without the T shit. But then you have this come out, and I'm like, this has always been the situation. It's always been what comes after trans people. Once trans people are, being erased from society, what is the next group? It's going to be gay people. So everybody out there that was like, oh, we need to just let the trans people put them off the boat or whatever. How do you feel about this? Because if self-preservation isn't enough for you to change your mind, I don't know what is. I'm not sure what it is. Like, are you just ready to go? Well, I guess it's time for me to go. Time for me to go. What is it going to take? If you don't care about other people, do you even care about yourself? It's crazy. And let's see what Kabrutus has to say here. Okay. He says, I know there are gay people who are not part of the insanity brought by woke culture and DEI. And I genuinely feel sorry for them. You don't feel sorry for any of us. And we don't really need your sympathy. Because I know they will suffer the consequences of this despite not being at fault. We won't suffer. We'll continue to fight like we've always done. That's the thing, is you guys seem to think that that everything that happens to us because of you. That we have no say in what happens with us. And that's a crazy stance. I don't even know how you come to that conclusion without being a fucking bigot. Only a complete idiot would fail to realize that the more something is forced and imposed in an authoritarian way, the greater the rejection will be. We cannot impose authority because we make up like 4%, 5% of the community in the United States. How does that oppose authority on anyone? Nobody in power, even the people that were in power when all this was going on, none of them are actually queer people making decisions for queer people. How does that work? How does it work? In what way, other than seeing us exist in media, has there been any sort of quote unquote push to see gay people? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. We have to see heteronormative shit every single day, and there's no issue with that. But in over 60 countries in the world, it's illegal to be gay. And in over a dozen of those, you can be put to death for being gay. So this doesn't make any sense to me. And as the time goes by, the snowball just keeps growing. The next years will be full of pain and gnashing of teeth for progressive and authoritarians. No, it won't. No, it won't. You're going to see that this concept of like swinging so far in one direction, what happens when you do that, it's going to be really catastrophic for you guys. And I want to make this clear. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for anyone who has sat on the sidelines and watched it happen, or people that have participated in it happening. I don't feel sorry for you. You are anti-human rights. I don't have time for that kind of shit. I just do not. So no sympathy whatsoever. Okay. It says, they will be defeated across every area of society. And honestly, that's wonderful. So here you are reveling in it. You're reveling in this in the last line of your tweet. But in the top, you feel sorry for all of the innocent gays that are going to get hurt by this. And this is why I don't believe you. I don't believe that you feel sorry for anybody. I don't think you feel anything for anybody. You don't feel anything for anybody. You're just another grifter trying to make money in this space and doing everything you can to stay relevant. And I think the biggest issue is you have a problem that queer people are offered opportunities in the gaming community that you're not. And you feel entitled to it. And you're just not, bro. You're not entitled to it. Let's take a look at the actual article. It says here, men born in the 2000s are far more likely to hold conservative views on the LGBTQ plus rights compared to a previous generation and women of the same age, a study has suggested. Polling from the Pew Research Center found that men aged 24 and under are far more likely to oppose same-sex marriage and even homosexuality generally than those born between the 80s and 90s. So the thing about it is the communities my age, like the Gen Xers, right, and millennials, we're just good with it. We're like, okay, we're good. But now we have a bunch of kids being indoctrinated by old bigots who are funneling money to a lot of these channels like Joe Rogan's and Temple's and all these places, Nick Fuentes, all this stuff's getting funneled to these guys, and they're pushing it out there, and the brain rot is affecting the younger generation. That's actual indoctrination. I don't know what it is you think gay people are doing, but it's not that. What is happening is this stance is actual indoctrination. Men are also far less likely to support LGBTQ rights than women of the same age. In fact, women are consistently more likely to be LGBTQ plus allies than men across all age ranges. A 2024 study highlighted a report from the American Institute for Boys and Men in December found that 71% of men born in the 2000s believe same-sex marriage should be legal. Comparatively, 77% of men born in the 1990s and 73% born in the 1980s support same-sex marriage. Research from the Pew Religious Landscape, 65% of the 2000 men believes homosexuality should be accepted in society, over 7% less than those born in the 1990s and 3% less than the 1980s. Women aged 24 and under, meanwhile, are far less likely to support LGBTQ plus rights, with 83% supporting same-sex marriage and 82% supporting homosexuality generally. Now, I want to point out a couple things here. One, the swing isn't huge. It is noticeable, but it's not huge. So anybody quote tweeting it or taking a picture of it and then sharing it like Kabrutus and celebrating, did you read the article? Did you read it? It is concerning, but it's not a huge swing. It's not like it went from, 80% to 5%. That's not what happened. But there's still some movement there, and I think we should keep an eye on it, for sure. But the other issue is, do you think this means gay people will go away? Do you think that we're just going to go away if support ends for us? If straight people stop thinking it's okay for gay people, what do you think that means? How does that look for people that are in the other camp? Is it eradication of gay people? Is it I no longer exist, gay people no longer exist? Because that's the only option, realistically. Because gay people aren't going away. We're not going to just vanish if support disappears for us. So the only other logical conclusion is that you don't want us to exist. And that could mean a lot of different things. It could mean people going back in the closet. It could mean people going through conversion therapy. It could mean genetic shit, trying to find the gay gene, even though we know that doesn't exist, but studies to do that. There could be all kinds of things that, like being put in jail for being gay. There's a lot of ways this could go. None of them are good. And none of them will stop gay people from existing. That's just the reality of it. So it's this boogeyman that you guys have, that you've created of gay people, that isn't a reality. And because of that, you seem to think that you're going to exert that power in a way that's going to be meaningful and enlightening and changing for society. And it's just not. There's a lot of things in society that you owe gay people for. There are gay people that push progress forward for a lot of technologies that you benefit from for today. So it's just weird to me that you're so against gay people, but you just overlook and dismiss every contribution that gay people have made to society. And it's just blanketly, it's a bad thing. So when Kabrutus makes a tweet like this, let's go back to his tweet because I think it is important over here, that you're willing to sacrifice, according to you, you're willing to sacrifice gay people who had nothing to do with any of the things you complain about, when you are willing to sacrifice that, and you're saying that there will be defeat across all areas of society, then I just want to make this very clear. You are a shit human being. You're a garbage person because you're not even willing to, quote unquote, go after the people that actually did something wrong, which is the only thing I would ever say. I don't blanketly dislike all conservative people. I don't blanketly hate all people who are straight. Like, that's just dumb. That's a dumb stance. But when these guys they're so fucking brain rotted and so bigoted that is their stance on it, that all gay people bear the responsibility of what some gay people do, even when that stuff is totally manufactured. Even when that outrage is totally manufactured. There is no authoritarian gay movement that can exert any power anywhere in the world. We do not make up enough of society to do that. So anyone saying that is absolutely lying and trying to paint a narrative. And Kabrutus here, you absolutely failed. And all the entitlement you have in the gaming space, you'll never get that. Even if every gay person is taken out of the gaming space, you will still not fill any of those slots because you are a useless human being. You add nothing to the conversation.